999, 1,000. Oh, hello. My name's Chris, and on Saturday I'm going to try and run 100 miles in 24 hours. I know it's pretty ridiculous. So you're probably watching this video because you know me, so I'm just going to try and bring you up to speed. I was keeping a blog, but I felt that it was a bit easier to explain to a video. Particularly as a few weeks ago I pulled out of the event because I was injured, and also typing is boring. So I've decided to give it a go. I've put so much into this. I don't know how much you have or haven't been following it. I've put so much into it this whole year since January, and my knee is better. It's not 100% by any means, but it is better. It's much better. About 3 or 4 weeks ago, well, 4 weeks ago, I couldn't run for half an hour, and now yesterday I ran for 3 hours. So that's why I've made this decision, and you know, the amount I put into it when I was training earlier in the year, doing 6-hour runs at night, and the amount of weight I've lost. And so there was a couple of things. Firstly, basically everyone's got 3 different types of muscle fibres: fast twitch fibres, slow twitch fibres, and a third type of fibre which is interchangeable. So the fast twitch fibres are what I've got more of, and I mean you can run fast, jump high, and I can lift heavy weights proportionate to my size. I'm only small, but I can lift heavy weights proportionate to my size. And when I began training for this, I found it very difficult running slowly, and I actually got more tired in less time from running slowly. But I kept going, I persevered, I didn't give up, and eventually I got up to running 35 miles at 10-minute mile pace, which was very slow for me. Then at the end of June, my knees started really hurting, and I haven't done much since. On Sunday, we did the Commander Fitness Running Club, and I went with the guys in the slower group for the first 20 minutes, and then my friend Heidi dropped back and said, did I want to go in the other group? And so I went off like I used to do, shot off, and I just had no speed, which is my thing. It's me, it's what I do, I'm fast, which is depressing, but it also means, well, I can't run fast, which is depressing, but it also means that I might just be able to run slow. So I sat down and worked out what speed I needed to do for 24 hours to do 100 miles, and 12-minute miles would give me, it's 5 miles an hour, so it would give me 50 miles in 10 hours, or 100 miles in 20 hours. And obviously I'm going to slow down as I get later on. I get tired, food and toilet stops to think about. But using the 12-mile idea, I went off-road and I messed around yesterday with a walk-run ratio, which would get the 12-minute miles done and not cause me pain. And I did it for 3 hours. And that's what's made my decision, really, because it means I can walk, which I can do. I can walk. And the key part, I think, is that I can run at a natural pace. So the parts where I run, I didn't think I need to run slowly or I need to run fast. I just ran, and then I walked and I ran. And I walked, and I was covering the 12-minute miles, and I did it for 3 hours. It was only 15 miles. You know, it's only 3 hours, but I couldn't go for longer because of the runs on Saturday. So I had to make my decision based on that. So on Saturday, what I'm going to do is, because my knee is okay, it's better, I'm going to set off at 2 PM at the start. I'm going to do the 12-minute miles, and I'm just going to keep going until either my knees stop me, if they do flare up, or I collapse on the floor, or the 24 hours finish. I might manage 20 miles, I might manage 50, I might get to 70 or 80, or there might be a miracle and I might do 100, but I want to try it, having spent so much time doing it. And if I couldn't run for half hour like I couldn't a few weeks ago, it'd be out of the question. But I've got a chance, and there's only one way to find out now. Of course, the difficulty with a challenge like this is if you don't believe, then you've already failed. Having said that, I know that if that pain comes in my knee, there's nothing I can do. I have to stop. But what I do believe is that my mind is strong enough to take my body as far as it will go, and if my body can do 100 miles, I will do it, and if my body breaks, it breaks, but I want to try it. So anyway, so the video is to ask for sponsors. Really, I kind of gave up on the sponsors a couple of months ago because I didn't think I was doing it, so I'm trying to get some sponsors together per mile to give me some incentive. So 10p a mile, 5p a mile, whatever you can do would mean a lot to me on the day. So what I'd like to do, if you can, is comment on the Facebook link, and hopefully by Saturday each mile will be worth a bit. You know, I've got quite a lot already on the forms from the Commando Fitness members, and I'm just gonna do my best, and then I'm gonna draw a line under it afterwards, get my knees sorted, and go back to what I enjoy and what I'm good at, and you know, Hastings half marathon and 10Ks and stuff like that. I really appreciate your support. I really do. It's by far the hardest thing I've ever done. Nothing's ever beaten me like this before. I've been on some runs in my training runs when I wasn't injured, and been beaten by a run. You know, it got to a point where I can't put one foot in front of the other, and I've never experienced that. And this is by far the hardest thing I've ever done. And not only that, but I'm going into it injured, and having not trained properly for 2 months. I'm nowhere near as fit as I was. The condition in my legs is nowhere near where it was. So, you know, the odds are stacked against me, but I just want to try and do what I can. So, because I think people seem to say to me a lot, you'll be fine, you'll do it. Because I always am fine, I always do it, but this is completely different for me. This is, you know, very, very different. So, please sponsor me. Thanks for listening.